Hi! If you'd like me to help you with any of these matchups on an individual level, then you might want to check out my Medify page. VOD reviews, live coaching, or first to 10 sessions, you can find everything on there. Only the first 3 people from now on who book a session can get 20% off with the discount code Gaegel 20%. So now is the best time. If you're unsure about whether coaching is the right thing for you, you can also just message me on Discord or Twitter beforehand with any questions you might have. Enjoy the video. I get asked a lot to make a matchup chart, especially now that it's the final patch and everything, so I've categorized the whole thing in strongly winning, winning, even losing, and strongly losing. At first I also wanted to put in a different tier or another tier like slightly winning and slightly losing, but I thought about it and I kind of don't really believe in that, because if something is slightly winning or slightly losing, like, what does it even say? Like, do you win or is it even, or is it like 50-50? So I want to really decide whether something is even or winning and not say, yeah, it might be winning or it might be losing. I want to make this kind of definitive. Of course, I'm still gonna say if I'm unsure about something, and that will happen, but I don't want to make it, oh yeah, maybe, but maybe not. So yeah, I want to make a decision. Banjo. Banjo, I do remember. I remember putting Banjo in strongly winning for Brawler. Or even more than strongly winning. I'm not sure. I had a different structure then. I still think it's winning, but not by that much. I only think it's like +1. Part of that is because I recently got pretty much destroyed by a Banjo in tournament. I mean, the problem was that I sucked the matchup in general. The theory behind this is still very clear. We overrun Banjo. Banjo can't really combo us or anything. But I think we also don't destroy Banjo off stage and ledge trapping as much. He still has options to respect. He has grenade off ledge, he has Wonder Wing. Yeah, okay, Wonder Wing, I know it's slow. But you can't brainless spam Nair against it, because his whiff punishes aren't that bad. And whiff punishing is like Mii Brawler's greatest weakness. So I still think it's winning, just damage output, kill power, everything, you have it. But it's not destroying him. Bayonetta. I have played a few relatively good Bayonettas, and I think the matchup is insanely boring. Mii Brawler in this matchup has to play very, very grounded, very shield-based, at least as I play it, and it works kind of well. And you have to wait for her to do something in a way, because you can shield everything and then you either nair or thrap out of shield or do any punish you want, and then you can kind of combo her, and in the end you end up killing her very early, but she will never ever get a kill on you, so you just outkill her in the long run. And actually, despite Brawler being a fast follower, I think he's actually too much of a fast follower for her to get real death combos on Brawler, because I have been comboed for like 60-70%, but I have fell out of a lot of kill combos, which I didn't think would work that badly on Brawler. It seemed fine to me, so I didn't see a problem there. Bowser. I think last time was even. I'm gonna put it in winning. I should probably mention, this matchup chart is made for top level play. Not for high level, not for mid level, not for the average Mii Brawler, but for a theoretical matchup as close to optimal as it realistically possible. I'm not saying you have to hit every single combo starter and every single kill confirm always. That's like not humanly possible, but I'm talking about current top level. If there was a top level Bowser playing against a top level Brawler, how would it look like? That's the thought behind it. And I think what separates top level brawlers from non-top level brawlers is advantage state and combo game. And once you optimize advantage state against Bowser, he can't do anything. Like, he has no way to reverse it, he has no way to get out of your combos, he has no way to come back to stage in any way. You overrun him. It might actually be +2 just because up air kills from 60%. So yeah, you can do everything. But it's still Bowser. He can still destroy you. He can get like side B in the 4th of stage and you die at 20. Everything can happen. It's Bowser. Bowser Jr. I don't think it's strongly winning. I just think it's winning. The main reason for that is that I don't think we out damage and out neutral Bowser Jr. that much. We do get great combos on him, but he's kind of awkward, not being very tall. And also, I think he has a frame 3 air dodge. Yeah, frame 3. We can combo him, but not that much, and he can combo us back. With up air, fast fall, up airs. He's not restricted by Mii Brawler being such a high fast faller, because he can always fast fall in between his up airs and still get insane combos. So the damage output kind of balances. And then his kill power also isn't that bad, and his neutral. He still has forward air isn't that bad of a move, because we can't really punish it with anything except dash attack, and dash attack will never kill him. It's still winning because Bowser Jr. sucks, but it's not destroying him. Byleth is difficult. I haven't played a really good Byleth, I gotta say that. It's probably winning, because Byleth might struggle a bit with covering this diagonal approach, which Brawler does with like full hop nair or so. Short hop nair can very well be intercepted with 4 tilt or nair or any area Byleth has. But a full hop nair, once we have them in a corner, it's not that much of a problem. We latch trap them forever, and damage output and kill power and everything. That should overall be it. Captain Falcon, I think, is even. We destroy each other. Captain Falcon is really easy to combo, you get a lot of damage on him, but it might take a while to kill him, because it's not that easy getting up tilt combo status on him, because you can't whiff punish or anti-air him very well, because he plays kind of grounded, kind of neutral air maybe, and a kill percent back air. But other than that, we don't really get our kills that early on him. But he does the same back. He does like nair, dash attack and whatever, and side B, up air, landing, nair, knee, whatever. So it's just very explosive. It can go either way. If there was a slightly winning part here, then I would put him in there, but I decided not to do that, so for me it's even. Chrom. I hate Chrom. I don't think anymore it's strongly losing, but it's definitely. What are you supposed to do neutral versus Chrom? Yeah, you have dash attack, fair pokes, and try to hit like a nair, but every time you try to go over him with a full-up nair, he will just dash back into anything. Just the classic whiff punish game. And Chrom is so good at whiff punishing. He's better at whiff punishing than Roy, because his hits will always hit you no matter if he tried to outspace you. A spaced Fortal, for example, will always hit you for full damage. Roy won't be able to do that. On the other hand, yeah, Brawler is great 2 frames, Brawler is great combos, so everything. We can kill him at like 30% from a forward throw, so or 20 from a down tilt. That's all possible. How often that happens? Bit inconsistent, which is why I wouldn't quite put it in even, just because neutral and damage in both we kind of lose to Chrom. Maybe not damage, but in neutral definitely, and also in kill power. And it's actually not that easy to get off a ledge against him, because he has such high ground speed, we can't just feint jump over him. Cloud. I have seen many people putting this into -2. I have also seen a few people putting this in even. Makes it a difficult choice, but I think I will put it in -1 in the middle. The reason being, Cloud has big storage, Cloud has big damage, Cloud has big power, but he is kind of honest. What I have a problem with a lot of characters in Ultimate is just that you might just lose or die at 30%, and yeah, that's it. Get wrecked. That's the matchup. Get used to it. Cloud doesn't really have that. Like, yes, maybe edge guards and even limit side B isn't that insane. So you can always play neutral against him. Neutral will be in his favor, but damage won't be necessarily, so we still out damage him. Kill power, yeah, back air, up smash, all of that is pretty good. But I mean, it's not unplayable. There's no reason it should be unplayable. You still have dash tag as whiff punish, you can still nair over his areas. That all works. His whiff punishes with F tilt or so aren't that great. Maybe dash attack at high percents for killing you, but other than that, it is definitely playable. It's just a sword character, but it's not unplayable. Just like Corrin. At the start of the game I would have put it in +2, then I would have put it in +1. I actually put it in even now. I have played a relatively good Corrin recently. While I do think Brawler kind of shits on Corrin in a few aspects, I really don't want to underestimate Corrin. She would be another one of those which I would put in, I don't know, maybe winning, maybe even. But because I don't want to put anyone there, I will put her in even now and say, okay, this matchup will be even when you actually play versus a good Corrin. Because Corrin can outspace you, you can't really edgeguard her, she can try to edgeguard and especially ledge trap you, and pin is still very annoying because we don't really have the ground speed to get a good punish. If we had more ground speed and we could punish, pin, kick away or so with dash up tilt or so, that would make a huge difference, but we don't have that speed. So I will put it in even. Diddy, another even one. There are strong points for putting Diddy in losing or in winning. In winning, because we explode on him, like combo him, especially when we have banana. We can do like banana throw, catch banana in a short up and down air, throw again an F smash, which can kill it like 20 because F smash is kind of crazy. But I mean, it's still Diddy. You gotta get his banana, you gotta out neutral him, he can always camp and whiff punish with side B and with banana and everything, so it's not fun to play. Both sides really good against each other, but I don't think anything that puts it over the edge to make one character losing or winning. DK. I don't really have to repeat myself, it's the same as Bowser, but he can't explode on you. It's Bowser without fair and side B. What do you expect? He's even easier to combo, he dies at any percent. He actually dies earlier than floaties or like lightweights. I will kill a DK earlier than a ZSS from a hit, or a Joker. Because DK gets hit at 50 and doesn't get to the ground until he's like at 130. DK is absolutely free. Dr. Mario. I stand on my point. I think this is losing. Compared to Mario, he hits harder, and Mario doesn't even combo Brawler that much. Like, that's a fact. Like, Mario struggles comboing Brawler if he falls too fast at low percent, and at high percent you don't really care anymore, because, I mean, yeah, you die off an up air at 60, because then he can up air ladder you. Okay, you died at 60, you kill Mario at 50. But we're not a Mario. We're Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario doesn't have that problem, because he can kill you actually earlier than Mario usually, and he has uppy. Dr. Mario uppy. That move is so annoying. We don't have any aerial, which we can reliably space against that. We can do like spaced F tilt and spaced fair, but I want to mash on him, and I can't mash on him because he can do either uppy or up smash or nair out of shield. And it's all annoying. So yeah, I don't see a reason why we would win against Dr. Mario except say, yeah, you can. But he has a reflector, which actually kind of weirdly interacts with shot put, so you can never be sure how it really works against it. And Pill is a really good projectile. Pill is a hell of a good projectile because it covers all of our short up approaches or sometimes even full up jumps away or so on. So we can't really outcamp him. If we go to the corner, then yeah, he will pill and run towards us, but we can run away, but we won't win anything through that. Duck Hunt. I personally have little experience playing this, and I know it's difficult. It's winning, but it's frustrating. I mean, that's like every zoner. Once you get into him and you have top level advantage stage and top level combo game, then you will fuck him up. Like, yeah. Can exists, but can also hurts Duck Hunt more than it does Brawler because of kill potential. If Duck Hunt cans himself to 80% instead of 60 after a combo, then yeah, okay, Thrupper will kill now. That doesn't really matter. Any damage on him is better for us than the other way around. So yeah, just advantage state. I wouldn't put it in +2 just because Duck Hunt has better counterplay and decent zoning. For some rule sets, it's really easy to play against him. For some, it's not so easy. For example, I hate playing against Duck Hunt on Battlefield just because he will camp on the platforms and you can't nair approach him because there's a platform in the way. Who would have thought? Or Smashville, even Smashville is kind of annoying. Falco. Falco is another one of those, which could honestly be everything, so I'll put it in the Falco, yeah, we combo him as always. We edgeguard him pretty well, because down tilt and F smash are crazy at hitting spacey side B to ledge, and everything else can be down air. But it's Falco. It's up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up air, up air, up air, up air, up air, back air. So he can do the exact same thing, and even edgeguard sometimes. Not really, but sometimes, yeah. We both destroy each other. Like the classic one, like Captain Falcon and everything, and we can't outcamp him, so I don't see a reason why Brawler would exactly win or lose to. Fox, though, is winning. Again, the same reasons for edgeguarding as with Falco. Is really easy to ledge trap and edgeguard Fox, but Fox can't overrun us. It is honestly the most fun matchup in the whole game in my opinion. Like, it's so fun to play. It's like Ganon Dittos or Captain Falcon Dittos in Smash 4. He can't nair your shield ever if you react to it with Thrupper, and that's really free. You stay a bit grounded. Whenever he tries to approach you or run you over, you just spam shield. You always hold shield. If he dash attacks you, Thrupper. Nairs you, Thrupper. Back air, maybe Thrupper or nair. Doesn't matter. You just run away, whatever. And you can mix that up with running over him. So you can dash attack his approaches or when he tries to dash away, or forward air his follows because that has a really great height for that, and then edgeguard ledge trap him. And your advantage is really good on him, and he can play neutral. So that is actually really insane for Brawler. Not as strongly winning because it's Fox. When he up airs you, you take 80, and then he up smashes you. So yeah, nay, up smash exists. Ganon. This is another one of those. If not seen on top level, then yeah, then it would only be +1 probably. But if you have top level advantage stage and top level combo game, then once you hit Ganon, he's gonna be at 90 and at ledge. Like from one interaction. What's he supposed to do against that? And how does he get off ledge? Like, how does he ever get anywhere? He's too slow. You spam Nair, what's his fastest out of shield option? Nair frame 12 and up B frame 15 or so? You just spam short up Nair on the shield and he can't do anything. The best thing he can do again is try to whiff punish you in a way. But I mean, how is he gonna do that? He has no speed. Yeah, it's just a heavy. Greninja. I hate Greninja. It's not strongly losing, but it's definitely losing. Because Greninja has the two things Mii Brawler hates the most, which are whiff punishing and a good projectile. First, the whiff punishing. Greninja is probably one of the best whiff punishers in the game. He's so good at whiff punishing because he has dash back and then dash attack for combos. He has down tilt for combos. Everything can be done so easily out of a grounded dash back, dash in. And that works against like everything Brawler does. And then you can't really out of shield his move because he pancakes and then Thrupper sometimes doesn't hit or crosses you up. So it's really difficult to approach him. But you have to approach him because, second point, projectile. Water Shurikens is such a stupid projectile. You can charge it for mix-up so you can't really reliably parry it. It just annoys you, it has hit stun. It's like Falco lasers but way better. He has everything Brawler hates. He just isn't such a great character after that in general. Like, he still can't really get off ledge against you. You can catch his landings. Like dash attack is really important also for zone breaking. It's not fun. Hero. Things has changed a lot. I think it could be seen as winning now. just because we overrun him. Side B is great for spacing and also whiff punishing. That's a bit too slow against Brawler, because we can already run him over during that time. Heroes who are really good at reading menu fast and using buffs and everything might have a better chance, but then again, Brawler doesn't really have to approach or do anything, or can't just spam dash attack during that time. So yeah, we just overrun him. He's really easy to combo for some reason and also easy to kill. And sometimes you even get funny reads when you like read where he goes with zoom and you get an up air on that. And because the timing is really easy, you can get an up air thrupper and killing after 60% whenever you get that. So you can recover for free against you in any way. Ice Climbers. This is very, very matchup knowledge dependent, but I will stick with my +2. Because shot put, suplex, feint jump. I mean, yeah, special moves, who would have thought? Mii Brawler special moves are good. What? And also Nair. Suplex. Separates Nana and Popo. If you hit Popo, Nana gets pushed away. Popo flies somewhere off. I mean, he doesn't die through suplex, but you have all the time in the world to kill Nana after that, and it's just absolutely free. Also, you separate them in percents really well, which makes it even easier to separate them afterwards and kill Nana easier. So that's really free. Some counterplay exists, like the Ice Climbers player purposely dash dancing in a way that you suplex Nana, and in that case, he can get quite the punish on you, but that's not easy to do, and it's also very predictable. So yeah, there is counterplay, but no. Shot put also often hits one of them and the other isn't hit, or it stalls for a longer hitbox and you have easier approaches, or you just nair in between them and up tilt and one gets hit or the other one doesn't. Brawler is just so good at separating them, it's absolutely free. Ike. Ike is a very basic character and I can see an argument for +1, but I will put it in even. Ike is relatively easy to combo for Brawler, but he's not that easy to kill, because once we get that one combo, it's difficult to get the kill combo starters against them. You can get down throw thrupper, which kind of works, which you can also get from a nair, but you do a lot of your stuff via whiff punishing or anti-airs. Your anti-airs, like fair, will very, very rarely ever get you a kill, and edge guarding isn't that good against him, especially if the Ike knows what he's doing and doesn't run into shot put or anything. Yeah, but you can't really get up tilts against him, because that will just not hit if you don't read a spot dodge or something. And you can maybe get an anti-air up air, but an Ike should never nair under a platform where up air will lead to a combo. So Ike also just hits you very, very hard whenever you miss something. Yeah. And also, it is difficult to recover high against him, because if he sharks you with up air, or just predicts it with up air something, you die at 50. Ledge trapping and disadvantage is not that nice with his Ike. Incineroar, not +2, but +1. He's a heavy, he gets comboed, but he has side B with punishes, he has F tilt with punishes, and he has crazy combos. Like a DK, okay, he has maybe some combos, but Incineroar combos are actually kind of crazy. Like what he can do with down tilt, up air, land on platform, up air, that's like Mii Brawler stuff, that's what we do. But he also does that and he's a heavy. And we kind of die to it. His up air is crazy, his back air is crazy to catch when we try to jump in the corner or something, and it's really fast and kills really early. And of course revenge. We can't use shot put ever, because if he revenges it, then we die to a back throw at like 20. And everything else, he can also revenge in between combos if we aren't frame perfect, because it's frame 3. It just makes it not as easy. You can circle camp, you can out nair him. But yeah, it's not free. It's not free. It's winning, but it's not free. Inkling. I put that in +2 before. And yeah, I saw the things that Brawler can do against Inkling. And I know what the things are. But Inkling can also just don't do what Brawler wants you to do. Because Inkling can just do nothing. That's the most difficult part. Like, she's not gonna hit you with any projectiles probably. She doesn't have to space backers all the time. But she can also just do nothing. And I mean, we can dash attack that and we can nair into that, but as long as there's a little space to dash back and dash in, she's still a whiff punish character. So whiff punish grabs are annoying, whiff punish jabs especially are annoying whenever you try to nair and then flash shield to punish like something or spot dodge, whatever. Jab always covers that and she gets the insane amounts of damage out of jab. And also her damage output is just too stupid. If he hits you with one jab, everything will always put you in attack chase, which is really, really exhausting. Because you have to hit every single tag. But if you hit the tag, you're gonna get rolled. So sometimes you don't want to hit the tag. And Mii Brawler has a huge problem with that. When I was playing I was playing Lucina also. Lucina never had a problem with that. I got hit with like a nair or a back air. Okay, I die up, I jump out, yeah, whatever. Mii Brawler though will always get hit into tag chase. And we die really early to that, or at least take a lot of damage. To be fair, I suck at mashing. But yeah, we take a lot of damage and it's not that easy. We still out of shield everything, we still just nair, spam, whatever, But if she's not in the corner, it's not that easy. Isabel, though, is, yeah, that is pretty easy. Yeah, we just nair. And like, what's she gonna do? Slingshot. I mean, her areas get beat by nair as well. Which is kind of the funny thing. Like, she lays it down B, we nair in that, or F tilt, or whatever. We just nair. Nair wins. Nair and Thrupper just win. Whatever. BDK, suplex, both are fine. Just overrun her, which you're supposed to do. Joker. -1 or -2? That is the main problem here. I would say -1, but then there's Arsene. It is kind of playable. There's so much going on in this matchup for Joker. First up, kill power. Yeah, he can kill us as early as we can kill him. He is one of the very few characters who can reliably edgeguard Brawler. To be fair, I haven't run that much BDK, and I don't know if that makes a difference, but his back air just hits everywhere. It is so annoying, and he can fast fall so fast and get wherever we are when we try to go low. And then he can catch landings with dash attack, and his combos are sick, and then he has Arsene. And we can't camp Arsene, because if he gets that into a corner, I mean, any character into the corner, we die to back air at 50. Or whatever, or an F smash, or forward drag down smash, which also works really well on Brawler. And we also can never ever shot put in any way, because either it gets reflected or he gets a free Arsene out of Rebel's Guard. His IP is a good projectile, which is decent for whiff punishing. Campy Jokers are the most annoying thing in the world. You cannot hit them. If you try to nair, short up nair spam into Joker, you will never hit anything. You either get hit by his side B, or by his dash attack, or by his dash grab, or by his nair. He just beats you with everything for some reason, because he's so slippery. It's so difficult to hit him. The more I think about it, the more I kind of want to put it in -2. I mean, yeah, the point still stands, we combo Joker, but getting those combo starters in the first place is often the difficult part. I mean, up tilts are very gettable against him. Gettable. Because you can parry like his nair, or run in, parry, back air, or whatever, and then up tilt. On the other hand, Joker mains are carried, so yeah. I'm gonna put it in -2. Strong losing. Wait. Strong losing. But not unplayable. Wait. Unplayable. Yeah, I want to mention that. It is definitely winning for Joker, but it doesn't mean you will always lose as Brawler. That's what I think. Jigglypuff. +2. Baby Jigglypuff is the most fun matchup compared to Fox. She just dies. It doesn't matter what you do. At some point you hit up tilt and she's dead. It is so funny. You up tilt, up air, thrupper, and that kills at like 30. It doesn't matter what you do. You get like 1 or 2 hits, you get 1 suplex, 1 BDK, 1 forward air, and whatever you do, she dies. She might edgeguard you on her like 5th attempt, but she can't punish your feint jump with anything if she isn't there already, and she just dies. Like, what move do you want to hit that won't kill Jigglypuff? Nair will kill Jigglypuff because she's so floaty. You can do landing nair, even if it's an aerial hit, you can do an aerial nair, a weak one, into up air, because their air dodge is frame 4 and she has nothing to contest that except like rest lol. So you hit a nair at any point and you either get up tilt or up air and she dies. You get an up tilt after a side B parry or so and she dies. You get a grab and she dies. Like, when does she not die? It just always felt extremely comfortable playing against Jigs. Kazuya Mishima. I don't have a lot of experience, honestly. Losing. I'm just gonna say that. I have to say I'm very unsure about this because little experience. From what I've said about the other characters until now, with punishes, death. I mean, it's Kazuya. I would say, even if it wasn't for the fact that you just die, if you just did like 50% or 60% every time he wins neutral, then I would say even. Because his projectile is like not good in neutral. His ledge trapping is okay, yeah. He can whiff punish you pretty well with his completely invincible 10 million years of hit stun armoring move, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you also don't do anything against him. You can camp, but what are you gonna accomplish through camping? And camping is actually not that easy if he has an invincible dash and an invincible up tilt electric wind god fist or whatever. And then there's also the factor of, yeah, you die. And when we're talking about top level, then yeah, you die. Air camping is probably the best thing you can do, but you also won't accomplish a lot through that, because then you try to go for one landing nair or up air, and then you dash it back and... Ken is -1. I do not want to play this matchup ever. It is like Kazuya, but even more annoying. This is also a lot of personal bias, because I hate the existence of Shoryuken and that you can do an up tilt, into a stronger up tilt, into Shoryuken, which kills it like 40. And all the shoulders are gonna say, oh no, but Shoryuken only kills at 90. Yeah, but your freaking frame 2 up tilt combo into it starts at 50 and you die. So what? You can still get up tilted at 50 and die. And he can up tilt Brawler really, really well, if nothing else. So yeah, we're gonna die a lot. And very early. It's gonna take like 2 or 3 neutral interactions. To be fair, my SDI sucks, as I said earlier. And that is probably a huge part of the matchup. But still, he has different SDI routes and combo routes and so on. And I don't think we can fuck him up as bad as he can fuck us up. So yeah, losing, maybe even. But for now, I'll put it in losing. I'll have to see whether my opinion on that changes after seeing other people who are actually competent at SDI and play against them. DDD. DD destroyed. Same thing with other heavies. Good advantage state. Up air forever, ignore his ledge trapping with feint jump, or just, yeah, your best strat against his ledge trapping is to get hit by Gordo, double jump and feint jump away to the other side of the stage. Yeah, you took 15, and yeah, that's it. Other than that, just spam nair, spam up tilt, spam up airs, and he's gonna die at some point. Just heavies. Yeah. He's a bit better. He's probably the closest one in comparison to Bowser, like, not as bad as DK and not as bad as DDD. It's not that easy, but if we're talking about top level play, then your advantage state should be good enough to keep them in disadvantage until they're at 90 or die. Kirby. Kirby is one of the weirdest, most specific matchups in the game. But yeah, I still think it's winning. Yes, you do not want to go to ledge, because if you get ever inhaled, which sounds really ridiculous to ever get inhaled cheesed on top level, but he has guaranteed inhale to footstool on only Brawler and only Fox, which means if you get inhaled after like 40% somewhere near ledge, you're gonna die if your SDI sucks. Not SDI, mashing sucks, which mine also does. His ground game is decent, like down tilt, ass smash, everything, can kind of contest with Brawler, but it's not good enough for whiff punishing because it doesn't have the range, and his air game just sucks. He can chase you on the ground, but he can't chase you on the air. You recover high and he has to like commit with 6 double jumps and then up air to hit your high recovery. Wow. Oh no. Anyways, so you just air camp, nair spam and up tilt. Next one, Link. Link is my personal bracket demon, but I'm not gonna let that influence my decision. I'm thinking about either even or winning. I'm gonna put it in even. The reason is, yes, you can thrupper out of shield his nair, but first, not always, because his nair is huge and he can just outspace you. Second, you can't thrupper out of shield any of his other areas, especially forward. And the main reason why I think this is even and not winning for Brawler is kill power. You might kill Link relatively early. He's not that easy to combo, let's say it like that. He's a weird weight. At least for me, it's not that easy. And he has too many good moves which counter Brawler. Number 1, Boomerang. The most annoying projector in the game after maybe Charge Shot, because for some reason it's -6 on shield. Who thought it would be good to make a long and close range projectile, which is close range -6 on shield? That is insane. We cannot punish that if he doesn't go really YOLO and we can nair out of shield or something. Boomerang is extremely good at punishing our nair approaches and just outranging and whiff punishing it every time, no matter if we do full hop or short hop or whatever. We have to shield it and then go in. We always have to do that. He zones us away. Number 2 is his F tilt and forward. Once he can't anti-air or anti-approach us anymore with Boomerang, he will do it with forward tilt. Especially, he can do that like retreating 3 times, and you're gonna die at 80 to his F tilt. And then he's either gonna bomb edge guard or edge trap you, which really works really well against Brawler, or he's gonna forward air you. And his forward air against our full up nairs, which we need to do because full up nair is the only way to kind of avoid Boomerang, we also die at 80. So kill power is really in his favor because his moves are just insane. And neutral is also kind of good for him. But Thrupper exists. And Suplex exists. And those are the 2 things that kind of give me hope. So I'm gonna put this in even and just say I suck against the character, but it's probably even. Little Mac. I have seen people reasoning this for +1, but I still think at top level it's +2. Not for Thrupper, not for Suplex, I mean also maybe partially for Suplex, but not really, but because of SAK. SAK is stupid. I'll show you something. Keep in mind, SAK is frame 10, 12, 19, 25, okay? 17, 18, 14, 16, 16, 16, 13, down angled, 23, yeah, 23, 16. And areas are like, whatever. We don't have to talk about that, also not that, also not that. Every single one of his ground moves, except a like half-charged, down-angled forward smash, can be SAK'd out of shield. Every single one. And because SAK's base knockback is huge, he can be at like 20% and we hit him off stage. No matter where we are, like even from the other side of the stage. So he's just gonna die. Every single neutral interaction when he tries to do a ground move, we're gonna win after shielding. If he doesn't grab us, oh no, or use an aerial, oh no. And then we have an opportunity to edge guard or edge trap. If that is not a free matchup, then I don't know what it is. Sure, Little Mac, he can still F-smash you and you die at 40, whatever, it's just Little Mac stuff. But I don't think that should happen. And if you're in the lead, you can also just circle camp, feint jump. And you can also just platform camp if you want to play Thrapper, and that also works. So you have a lot of options to destroy him, and you can do it whichever way you want to. Lucario. +1 for the simple reason of him not being such a great character. If you get early kills, it's +2. If you don't get early kills, then it's +1, but it's never even or -1. He won't kill you as early as you kill him. You have the greatest damage ever. In the first 3 neutral interactions, even if you lose 2 and win the third one, you're gonna be up in damage, so. Lucas, +1 or +2? I think +1. Lucas combos you hard, he can nair you, he can do rising nair into back air against you, whatever. But he first has to win neutral, second, hope you don't SDI, third, hope you don't just no counterplay. Because there are so many funny things you can do against Lucas. First up, you can Thrapper out of shield any of his moves. You can even Thrapper in between his nair hits if you want to be really annoying. In neutral is pretty free, and also in kill power it's very free. Because he's floaty, he's light, you just up tilt, up air, Thrapper him at 60 and he dies, or at 50 with another up air, or at 40 with another up tilt. You just kill him at any percent. And he can't kill you at any percent. And other than that, there's also his speed. His edge guarding is okay with PK Thunder, but it's not great. There's just not a lot going for him, except for combos, and a lot going for us. Similar to Lucina. It is not similar at all, but it is still +1, I think. She's too floaty to contest our neutral. We can easily anti-air her. No matter if you run SAK or Thrapper, I still prefer SAK. Both work. Thrapper also kills her very early because of up tilt up air combos. We ignore her ledge trapping with feint jump, or at least really disvalue it, just like her edge guarding, because those are her best 2 points, ledge trapping and edge guarding, probably. And we are very good against that, so there's not a problem with that. Luigi, what am I supposed to say about Luigi? I would say even. I haven't fought a good Luigi. I haven't really thought about counterplay to Luigi. Like, not, I have thought about it, but not tested it. But I mean, we die when he grabs us. Probably, except for STI, except for maybe it doesn't matter. Who knows exactly? I don't think there has ever been a good Luigi against a good Mii Brawler. We get combo forever. He doesn't get comboed forever because Cyclone exists. You can bait it, but it can still be safe if there's a platform near, and it's also difficult to punish in general. Luigi, very strong, but we can use shot put very well against him in combination with like BDK or jump off back air. We can kill him early, he can kill us early. Mario. I talked about this earlier. He can't combo us that well because we fall too fast for him. And once he can combo us, we are already at like 50 or 60%. Then it doesn't really matter if we die to it anymore because we kill him at the same percent. That being said, the same percents. Not really earlier. And our damage output against him is okay. He doesn't get comboed too crazy. We can get like up tilt nair, up air, with Rapper or something for like 50-60%, which is fine, but not crazy. And he's also not light enough to already die at 50 or 60. So we still need like 3-4 neutral wins, even with good combo starters, to get a kill on him. And he needs about the same. And at kill percentage he's better because up smash exists, his backer is better in neutral, and also flood is better for setting up edge guards and winning neutral and everything. So yeah, I think it's even. Marth, same as Lucina. I don't think I have to say a lot about that. The idea is the same. He's gonna space a bit more, but yeah, it's about the same. Mega Man. This is a -1 for me. -1 because pellets are very annoying, and his disadvantage isn't actually that bad. It feels like it should be bad, but he's not a large character. He doesn't have a frame for air dodge. He has an up B that doesn't put him in free fall. He has very good and very fast aerials for reversals or for ledge jumps, whatever. So it's not that easy to keep him at ledge and to outdamage or kill him or whatever. I just think it's hard. The main thing that makes it hard is gonna be his back air. Because his back air kills us very, very early and very, very well and consistently. And it's not really punishable by us, even if it's kind of minus on shield. And we don't want to get caught jumping and it can reverse us. So his back air is just, it's really good. It's like what we want to have but don't really have. Meta Knight. I have not played against, I want to say, a good Meta Knight. I would argue it's probably winning because we're falling too fast for him to combo us reliably with up airs. But he doesn't fall too fast for us or anything, and we can combo him still pretty well. I can't say a lot more about this, I'm just gonna keep it with that. If anyone wants to correct me, feel free to do so. Feel free to tell me in the comments. This is gonna be a YouTube video. Hi, say hi YouTube. Mewtwo. Mewtwo is winning for the simple reason that he's floaty and he's big. You're a big boy. He's very floaty, so he dies very early. 2 up tilts, 2 up airs. Rising up air hits Mewtwo, which is kind of insane for killing him. Hitting a frame 9 aerial, frame 6 plus 3 frames jump squat, and killing him off it at 50 is kind of stupid. Yes, Charge Shot is good, or Shadow Ball, but it's not that good. It's not as good as Charge Shot, as I just said. And we can just jump around him and out-neutral him a bit. Neutral is kind of even, I would say, but he just dies too early. He just dies too early and we don't. Mii Gunner. Either even or -1, but I'm gonna say even. Also because I'm not good versus so many zoners in general. But I think I'm relatively okay in this matchup at least. Mii Gunner has a lot of stuff going for them. Charge Shot is good, Bomb is good, ledge trapping is great, but we kind of avoid ledge trapping with high recoveries, although their up air can hit that really, really well. Mii Gunner's zoning is like one of the best zoning in the game, definitely, for the stereotype zoning, but our rushdown is also one of the best in the game to get around zoning. She can try to whiff punishes in a way, but I don't think we get too much off it. Like, we can combo her kind of, but she's also too heavy to kill really early out of up tilts and everything, and stage choices are gonna make it difficult. If you're gonna get forced to a stage like Smashville, I don't like playing against zoners on Smashville because platforms are in the way and you can air approach, and Charge Shot just gets in the way of everything rounded. So yeah, depending on stage it could be better or worse, but I'm gonna put it in even for now. Mii Swordy, yeah, +1. He's a bit too slow. Mii Sword Fighter is not a bad character. I don't think he is a bad character. He has crazy moves. He has his back air, his down tilt, his chakram, his up B is also not the hero spin, not even the hero spin. That is like an okay move, but I mean the ratatatata yellow one. I have no idea what it's called. It's fine, it's fine. He's not a bad character. He has good moves, but he's a bit too slow. He's just too slow for Brawler. We can dash attack stuff, we can throw stuff. Min Min could be even, could be winning. Min Min has been nerfed, but the nerfs weren't that bad, especially in the Brawler matchup, and she's still kind of a stupid character. We get close to her, we fuck her up, her disadvantage isn't good, everything, yada yada yada. We know that, but getting to her is still not easy. BDK exists, yes. Full up Nair exists. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, +1, because BDK exists. This is a BDK matchup. Feint Jump and BDK for zone breaking, Nair spam, dash attack spam. If you're good at catching her, trying to down tilt through you or up B over you or whatever Min Mins do, if you can keep her in the corner like that, then you're gonna have a really easy time against Min Min. If you can't do that, you're gonna have a really bad time against Min Min, because playing neutral is still a pain. But you get through it easier than other characters, and up smash doesn't really... He can't use it out of shield anymore, which is really, really good, but she can still anti-air you. So you gotta be careful about that, but you can also bait it. Yeah. And shot put is okay against her. Game & Watch. I know Isam says and kind of hopes that this is winning. I don't think so. I think it's even. Game & Watch kind of has the same argument as, or similar argument like Jigglypuff, who is up here with like he just dies, but it's not quite as extreme, and it's really difficult to get those hits against him. Getting a grab against Game & Watch is not easy, or it's okay, but he should never get Tomahawk because the timing on up is pretty much the same for him. And other than that, he's just always moving around in the air. The next choice would be up tilt. But up tilt usually either comes from run in up tilts or parries or auto shield, shield drop, something. But it's difficult to go against Game & Watch with all of his multi-hits. Because you can't up tilt in between like his forward air, you can't up tilt in between his back air. Game & Watch has too many multi-hits which you can't really contest. His back air spaced cannot be thrupped out of shield. His forward air can't really be thrupped out of shield. His neutral air can't really be thrupped out of shield. And we take too much damage. We take too much damage, we kind of get edge guarded, and we also kind of die to him. Which is the problem. Nair pressure doesn't work. Yes, Nair in theory can be -2 on shield, but it in practice never is. He can still up out of shield everything and combo after that. Down throw thrupper is insane, but it's not insane enough to compensate for all those things. Ness. Ness, I also think is even. He is floaty, but his hitboxes are too large. His Nair will beat our Nair, his Fair will beat our Nair, aerial PK Fire will beat our Nair, although you should never get hit by that. We don't really edge guard him. I mean, shotput is fine, but it's not as bad as other characters. Like, it's not as if Ness was playing against Lucina or something. So we can edge guard, but not really. And neutral just comes down to how well Ness knows how to play against a Brawler who's just in his face. Because Ness will have to simply mash as much as Brawler does. He will also have to spam Nairs and short up and Nair back air and everything as much as we do, and don't get up smashed out of shield. Like, that's his only objective. Don't get up smashed, don't get thrupped, or BDK with his Ness. But I would probably say 60% BDK, 40% suplex. Yeah. For better wish punishes and zone breaking. Pac-Man. I think we do really well against Pac-Man. Really well. For a few reasons. We have a lot of good points against Pac-Man. First, he's floaty. He's gonna die early. Second, Thrupper against high recoveries and high hydrants and whatever. We can just jump up there and fuck him up, which is kind of good. Because what's he supposed to do? Okay, there are of course a lot of things Pac-Man can do. Like, he has great areas and boxing tools, he has Bell, just Bell and zoning. But all approach options against him are actually pretty good. Like, full hop Nair especially, and BDK and everything are another BDK matchup, who would have thought, are really good against him and all of that stuff. And just because our advantage state after first combos is still so good, puts it over the edge for me. We just kill him earlier than he kills us. Palutena. -1 simply because we do kill Palutena kind of consistently, deal good damage to her, but she out-neutrals us and also has more kill power. More kill power is kind of arguable, I can see that, but her back air and dash attack are still really good moves, and also her neutral B to stuff out our approaches, and her recovery is good enough, and her edge guarding is fine. She's just a more solid character. There's nothing really special about this matchup, she's just a better character. Maybe slight losing, but more losing than even so. Just a better character. Peach, though, is not a better character because she's floaty. Haha. Brawler the floaty destroyer is really funny. It's really easy to thrub out of shield everything she has, so she can free shield pressure us. It's really easy to kill her with up tilts and down throws. Stages are kind of good, dash attack is kind of good against her. Neutral is just nice. Yeah, it's good. It feels good playing against her. I don't think she gets destroyed just because she deals 80 from a combo or kills you. But yeah, other than that, it's not difficult. Next up, Pichu. I would put either an even or winning. I think I'm gonna put it in winning now. Simply for the fact that, yes, both destroy each other, but Thrupper out of shield kills at like 100. Which is really funny, because you don't have to ever struggle for kills like you would with, let's say, something like Roy. When Roy tries to rush you down and do Nair in your shield, you can throw out of shield that, and it's gonna kill him at late, maybe 160. Yet Pichu dies at 110. Just to throw out of shield, or 100, or whatever if it's not stale. Which is really funny to do, so you need to win 2 neutral interactions and then just spam shield and thrupper him, or anti-air him, or up smash, and he just dies too early. If he wasn't that light, I mean, sure, that's always the argument, but he doesn't kill us early enough or do enough damage for that to compensate us not always killing him from everything. Compared to Pikachu, yeah, -1. I was thinking about -2, yeah, -1. First up, Thrupper is again very valuable. It's great for recovery, he can contest it that well. It can also out of shield a lot of his stuff, like Nair and sometimes back air, depending on the spacing of course, and sometimes forward air, depending on the spacing. Forward air not so much. And feint jump. Feint jump's frame 2 invincibility, combined with them being such a fast faller, is really good for getting out of combos and getting out of disadvantage in general. It's one of the few characters who can kind of get out of reactive advantage against Pikachu, which is really, really nice. On the other hand, I mean, it's still Pikachu. He has T-Jolt, he has Forte, he has Thunder, he has whatever to kill us whenever. We kind of avoid edge guarding because high feint jump. And yes, Pikachu can try to call it out with Thunder, but we can always mix up our timing, and you shouldn't die to that. And also we can kind of kill Pikachu from up smashes out of shield, from up tilts, from whatever. Yeah. Olimar. It's a weird matchup. It's a really weird matchup. I can only theory craft about this, but I think in that case probably winning. Maybe slight winning, but winning. Reason being, it's easy to get rid of pigments with like up tilt and nair, and then you run them over. The game plan is really, really simple. Use nair, and if nair doesn't work, then you're not using enough nair. That's your game plan. Then you combo forever, and you don't throw Thrupper, you bait out Whistle, you got it. Now you gotta learn which pigment does what and avoid whenever he does it, so you don't run into pivot grabs from blue pigment. And yeah, that's the matchup. Piranha Plant is also kind of weird, but I guess +1? I can't really say. But from the theory, I would say +1. He's a heavy, he's slow, we combo him really well. He doesn't really combo us, like just kind of. And we also outcamp him. We can avoid ledge trapping pretty well. Patui is annoying, but once you get used to it, you don't really get hit by it anymore. At least not that often. And yeah, he's just too slow. He's too slow. If he was a bit faster, then yeah, especially like in the air, that would be more of a problem. But we can even edge guard him, even if you want to run SAK or something. It's really not that hard. Pit. Pit, I think, is even. We combo him, yes, but not that extremely. He combos us, also not that extremely, but still pretty well. And he is Side B. Also, this goes for Pit and Dark, but of course, both are perfectly fine. His Side B with punishes are kind of difficult to deal with at high percent, at least when he uses it as a mix-up, because he just has the kill power and we don't have a killing Side B, which kind of is the difference. And it's also just difficult to deal with as areas. His nair will beat our nair. We can't really thrup out of shield stuff. And yeah, it's just a relatively even matchup. You play a lot of neutral, you get your combos, but for both characters it works like that. And you can't get off lashes easily because nair will hit like a latch jump, feint jump still, because it hits relatively high up. And then we have Le Traîneur de Pokémon. That, I don't know why I said it like that. Even. I was thinking about winning, but he's still too good of a solid character for that. First up, Squirtle. Squirtle is actually kind of bad against Brawler because we out-neutral him with nair and up tilt and dash attack, and we kind of stuff out everything Squirtle wants to do. We are very, very good against Rushdown, which makes it really funny. Like, similar to Fox, we just thwap out of shield everything and he doesn't get a lot of it. And we're too much of a fast follower, so feint jump can also get out of combos very often. Ivysaur. Ivysaur is a bit harder, but also not that hard. Like, her zoning is okay, her aerials are okay, especially when she camps on a platform where you can full up nair. That is kind of the worst spot for us to be in when she's on a Smashville platform or on a Battlefield platform, especially. On large stages, the matchup becomes a lot more difficult. Like, I wouldn't want to play it on Battlefield or Kalos. That's a really different thing than it would be like -1. Charizard might actually be the scariest one, because it's difficult to approach him. Charizard is a whiff punish character in this matchup, with F-tilt, with back air, with like even flame breath, whatever, and also dash grabs. It all depends on how well you punish switches and how well you can kill them at earlier percents before Charizard becomes scary. Brawler and Pokemon Trainer can capitalize on that. I think it's even after all. Pyra and Mythra, -1. Swords, not thrupperable aerials. Pyra kill power and even more sword and even more non-thrupperable things. We can't edge guard them reliably, which is one of their biggest weaknesses, so yeah, that's kind of bad. We can nair out of shield Mythra's nair, and also suplex it sometimes, which we have to be very careful about, because that's a huge thing for the matchup. So as long as you play kind of shield based and dash attack based, whiff punish them, you should be fine, but it's still, they just outmaneuver us, outkill us, especially with Pyra, and if they know how to play in the corner. If we keep them in the corner, it's kind of fine, but difficult to do and easy to say. Richter and I guess Simon back here. Nope, Simon, it's gonna be Richter. No, everyone always chooses Richter. I'm gonna choose Simon. +2. Simon gets destroyed, just like Richter. Both of them get destroyed, actually, as you might have thought. Because BDK and Feint Jump punish every single one of their projectiles on reaction. Do a short hop BDK over cross. Do a feint jump against X, and do either of those against his down B. Easy. It is not even difficult. You just whiff punish. And if he doesn't use projectiles, yeah, what is he supposed to do? You just walk towards him, wait for him to jump in any way, shield whatever is coming, and then rush him down with Nair. And once you got him at ledge, yeah, you just ledge trap him, because what's he gonna do? Like, ledge drop 4 there, or no. You shield that, you after that, he's dead. And you're also very good at capitalizing on his offstage game with shot put, because he doesn't have the air drift or the jump utilities to avoid shot put, and then you can go for like a deep Nair edge guard or a jump off double jump Nair to catch his tethers, and also prohibit them through shot puts. So yeah, it's easy to zone back him, it's easy to ledge trap him, and you don't, like, what does he do? He can maybe ledge trap you, but just recover high. Just recover high. What does he do except ledge trapping? Even if he hits your recovery. If you can't go high but only medium, okay, then he gets like at most an F smash punish, and you won't die to that, but it will send you upwards, so then you can recover really high. So you take 15 damage, but that's it. It's really, really good. Ridley. Ridley is also a fun matchup to play. I think Ridley has a lot going for him. He's not that bad of a character, but it's still a big body. And we all know what Brawler does with big bodies. They hit the floor, as one would say. Or the blast zone in this case, rather. Because Ridley still gets comboed forever. He gets up aired forever, and he also dies early. He has the best of both worlds. He gets up aired at 40 and takes 40, and then he's at 80 and will also die at 80. Which is the only reason why he doesn't take more from up air, which is kind of funny. But his neutral isn't bad. His Nair beats our Nair, his backer needs our bear, his side B is kind of good for whiff punishing, and especially his F tilt. His F tilt is a crazy move. For wish punishing, for edge trapping, for 2-framing, it's a really, really good move. But it's not good enough, because Brawler Nair exists, and shot put exists, and suplex exists, so yeah. Those are all things which are really in favor of Brawler. Mr. Robert. In a way, it is winning until you die. And that sounds like a really, really stupid thing to say, but you will win against him in every aspect until he hits you with a Nair and you die. And it doesn't matter at all at what percent you are. So this is one of those matchups where people often argue, yeah, in theory Rob doesn't win this. In theory Rob isn't a good character, but he still wins. So he loses, but he wins, which is a really paradox thing. And the reason behind that usually is that, yeah, you can go down 90% because you have a big body and you're heavy. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what percent you're down if you're just gonna kill your opponent. Or if you're gonna get a back air at 80 and kill them. Or if you're gonna get a side B at 40 and kill them. Or if you gyro down tilt someone from 10 to 80% and then down throw, read their double jump, up air them and kill them. I mean, that doesn't happen too often. But still, Rob has too many good moves and too many good combos to ever say that a matchup is not losing, except for like a few exceptions. Just very few exceptions. So every matchup for Rob is always winnable, and Brawler doesn't have too many things to avoid his good combo game to put him into winning. So yeah, this is why I would always put Robin even. Robin. Robin is winning. Robin is a bit like Simon, but not quite. Is definitely a BDK matchup. You just BDK and feint jump over all his projectiles, but you can't do it as well, because he has Levin Sword. And Levin Sword is a sword, and Brawler doesn't like swords, as you might already know, but it's not that good of a sword. You kind of die to it, but you also kind of don't get hit by it. BDK over him, and once he's at ledge, or once he's in the corner, Nair on him, Nair up tilt, and he can't out of shield you in any way. You have to be careful with ledge trapping, so again, recover high, but don't get a level slot up aired. But that doesn't happen too often, and again, he's too slow, just suck the camp. Rosalina. I'll be honest, I have no idea, I'm just gonna put this in even. We can probably combo her somehow, we can probably kill her kind of even, but she can also keep us in disadvantage for quite a while and play neutral very well, so I don't know how difficult it is to get in. I can't tell. I'm gonna put it in even. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't really think Joker would stay there alone, did you? Roy. Roy takes everything Crom has, takes away the weakness to 2 frames, and gets even better at killing. and its safety. We can sometimes nair out of shield Crom, but we can't Roy. Okay, you can already forget thruppering out of shield everything, because you're just gonna die if you miss it. You can sometimes nair that, not nair that, sometimes nair that, not nair that. Yeah, okay, that doesn't count. But if you can't even be sure to nair out of shield an unspaced area, then things are gonna get difficult. And they become very difficult against Roy. He doesn't even have to rush you down. He just stands somewhere, like between center stage and corner, or at center stage, and just spams nair, dash dance, F tilt, dash dance, forward air, whatever. He doesn't have to approach you. And once he does, you can't get out the corner, because you're gonna die to side B when you drop shield. It's like Crom, but less weaknesses, more power. Ryu. I know he's different from Ken, but I'm still gonna make the same argument. You die too early. He can also camp better, because fireball and everything. Same argumentation, you die to up tilt and down tilt too early. You die to everything too early. You don't kill him as early as he can kill you. It's just a game of numbers. You're not gonna win neutral to outdamage and outkill him. Samus. I think I've gotten relatively good at the Samus matchup, which is why I would put it in even, which is why I will put it in losing. Samus has everything she needs to counter Mii Brawler. Number one, we talked about it before, great projectile. In fact, the best projectile in the game. A freaking insanely broken projectile. Number two, whiff punishes. And also number three, anti-airs in a diagonal angle. Charge shot will kill forever, will combo forever, and when she gets it, she deals to like 60% from charge shot, grab, down throw, forward air, back air, neutral air, whatever she wants to do. You just take way too much percent. Number two, whiff punishes. She stands in the corner and she always wins. Like it at least feels like she always wins. You do a full up nair, which is kind of telegraphed. You get upbeat out of shield. You can't prevent that because she's too tall that your nair won't be safe enough. If you do a short up nair approach, you're gonna get forward air from a 35 frame active move, which will always out prioritize your nair, so will always win against it. If you stay on the ground, well, charge shot and grab. She has tools to deal with every single approach option Mii Brawler has, except maybe burning dropkick. Like maybe, but that also loses to charge shot and to every single other option she has. So yeah, that makes neutral very, very difficult. Neutral wouldn't be such a problem if, like other zoners, she would struggle in disadvantage, but she doesn't. Because bomb. Bomb is another stupid move. Because bomb does too much damage. 5% base damage. I think in total then 9%. I think. Without 1v1 multiplier. So it's more like 11%. Which is as much as our up air does. So whenever we hit an up air to juggle or to keep her in disadvantage and we get hit by bomb, we kind of lose the trade, which defeats the purpose of the whole thing. We don't keep her in disadvantage well enough, we don't win neutral, and her damage output is too high. That's just losing. Sephiroth, I would say even. He has a huge sword, but he has very specific angles he covers with it, and we can pretty easily zone break those. We have suplex out of shield, we have BTK, we have full hop nair, which only gets covered by like his up air. And yeah, we just have good approach options against him and can also kind of keep it in the corner. It's difficult, but it's not that difficult. Sheik. I gotta say I haven't played myself against a good Sheik, but I will put it in, I think, winning. Because Thrupper exists. And Thrupper kills her shield pressure at least in some way. She can needle camp, but our nair approaches are good enough, and her whiff punishes aren't good enough. And that's pretty much all about it. We don't really get edge guarded, but down throw Thrupper, or Thrupper in general, kills her really early and also up tilt combos. Again, she's very light. She's not floaty, but she still dies very early. So yeah, we have great kill options, we don't die too early, and neutral is fine. Shulk. In my last tier list, this was by far Mii Brawler's worst matchup. I'm still gonna put it here, but I'm gonna say Roy is like, these aren't ordered, but Roy is worse than Shulk, I think. Isam, if you're watching this, maybe you're just too good for enemy Shulks. But no, you can't do shit against Shulk. Like, yeah, you can go in with nairs, and if you shield his aerial 4 times in a row, then you might actually hit an aerial or hit a dash attack, and then, yeah, you can kind of keep him in disadvantage and try to juggle him if his nair, which hits under and behind him for 3 times Mii Brawler's length, doesn't disrupt you, or he lands with any of his way to save aerials, which you can't punish and not even out of shield, because if you use SAK, which kind of works, any competent Shulk will switch to shield in between SAK hits, and then switch to smash and kill with an F smash for it, which happened to me at tournament, and I'm still salty about it, but where was I? Yeah. Too much range, Monados are stupid, and yeah, I still think it's just really, really tough. It's a really, really tough sword matchup. And you can't play neutral as honestly as against Cloud, because Monados exist. Yeah, that's my whole point about it. It's just difficult. Snake. Snake is one of those where you see it as losing and even and winning, because there's a lot of points there, so I'm gonna put it at even. Plus points for Brawler. You combo him, because you don't really care about grenade, because you just combo out of grenade, which is kind of funny. You disrupt low recoveries, kind of. I'm gonna talk about that later, with shot put, because it destroys Cypher and sometimes doesn't even hit him. And if he recovers high, you have Thrupper to like go brrr death, and yeah, he has to be very careful with his recoveries. I'm saying very careful because if he recovers under the stage, your only real option is to try and down air to him, stage spike with back air, but that's not really consistent, it doesn't work that well. So yeah, he still can recover if he knows how to. Yeah, downfall Thrupper also works kind of well against him. Plus points for Snake, on the other hand. Damage, he does way too much damage if he hits like a grenade ever and then into neutral into dash attack that does like 45, and I don't know why. Down air out of shield, which is frame 6, which can punish our nair on his shield sometimes, because he's too tall, and if he hit a very high up nair, it'll be more than -6, and he can punish it with the down air, which is like 22. Up tilt. That's it. Up tilt just kills you. He can do it out of shield, he can do it to anti-air your nair, or full up nair approaches, whatever. Just up tilt. Up tilt is a stupid move. It kills too early, it does too much damage. It's another one of those, both sides destroy each other, but no one really dominates in any way, I think. Sonic. Sonic is losing, but is playable. Yeah, you will not hit Sonic if he decides you're not supposed to hit him, at least not really. Your dash attack can sometimes beat a side B, or down B a spin dash. Your BDK can sometimes beat a spin dash, your shot put or FMP can all sometimes hit a spin dash. Your counter can counter a spin dash. But please don't go counter. Please don't go counter through against Sonic. Because you're going to die off stage very, very early. Spin dash, of course, is difficult to deal with. We don't have a good projector against it. But I mean, we also have an easy way of avoiding it. Because our full hop and fast fall is really, really easy to time. So whenever he spin dodges across you or under you, you just jump over it. Okay, next time for neutral. You can run after him, and next time, maybe if he's too slow, you won't have to guess so much, and you're already close enough to go for a dash attack or dash grab or whatever. So you can chase him, and at some point you're gonna hit him. You're not gonna be able to capitalize on it very easily because he has spring, he has a frame to air dodge, he doesn't get comboed too hard, but he also doesn't destroy you in any way. Like, his damage output is okay, it's not insane, his ledge trapping isn't insane, his 2-framing doesn't work that well against Brawler, we just recover high. There's not a lot going for Brawler, but also not that much for Sonic. Except that, yeah, he can run away, but I mean, okay, whatever. Sora. Another one of those, I think Ian? Sora's combo game is scary, yes, and it probably works better on fast fallers, especially when people actually do it. Yeah, so if people decide to do it, then yeah, Brawler is gonna suffer, but he also gets kind of outframed it, just because dash attacks exists and nair exists. I can't say a lot about it, but that would be about my perspective. Combo game on both sides, hero power on both sides, about even. Steve, oh god. I kind of want to put this in -2, just because Steve is too insane. Like, Steve is a really, really good character. But I'm gonna put it in -1 for now, because I still have hope, and I don't want to jinx it for myself. I hope there will be more counterplay found, or maybe other rules, or whatever. But let's just say it like this. At this point of the meta, it will probably be -1. If Steve advances even more and people get even better on top level, then it's gonna be -2. We have to approach Steve. Shot put sucks. It doesn't destroy blocks. We can't let him farm, because we're just gonna die. To diamond, to whatever. And Steve is too good at whiff punishing. He's too good at whiff punishing. He has up tilt to anti-air everything we do. He has dashback F smash, which kills at 40 or 30, I don't know. Minecart just beats every single one of our moves. Yeah, okay, we can... Like, what kind of move do we have that beats Minecart? Minecart's armor even. Sometimes back air. Maybe. If you hit it. And F smash? I don't know. Maybe down air? It's really difficult to contest him. He just has too much good stuff, and it's difficult to approach him. Nair, is always, as always, against Dawn is very good. You just nair spam on him. But up tilt exists, and once he gets out of the corner, it's going to take a lot of effort and time to catch up to him again. We have the speed, kind of, but also kind of not, because our ground speed isn't too good for that. So we're going to have to rely on BDK. BDK, very good. Very good against minecart and against his running away and going over blocks and everything. Very useful. It's a bit like Rob, just worse. Terry, -1. I thought for a while it would be even, but in the end, it's similar to the other Shotos. He does too much damage. We don't want to approach him. His whiff punishes are too good. His kill power is too good. Our combos are good, but not good enough. And our offstage game or edge guards or whatever aren't good enough. Yeah, that's just it. Ledge trapping as well. Ledge trapping is kind of okay game against him. Suplex is really good. Yeah, but we just missed the damage and we don't want to box him. And we have to box him. And that's difficult. I wouldn't say it's as difficult as like Ryu, but it's still not easy. Toon Link even. Boomerang, just as annoying. I wouldn't say just as annoying as Link's, because his forward isn't as insane as Link's, so his combos out of Boomerang aren't as bad. Yeah, about the same. Also safe. Yeah, very safe. His uppy sometimes catches our nair, but not really. His whiff punishing is fine, but it can be dealt with. And overall, his power is just not on Link's level. His speed is higher. His moves are bit better in some sense, but he doesn't have Link Nair. He does have more bomb combos, but those have more counterplay. So yeah, it's a similar argumentation to Link, but a bit higher and lower on some parts. Yeah. Villager, not as bad as Isabel, but still winning. Same argumentation, Nair over him, but Tree is better, Lloyd Rocket is better, you can still BDK over it, which is in the end the factor for winning. You Nair and BDK over it and keep it in the ledge, but his moves are just a bit better in general after that. Wario, either even or -1, I'm gonna say even for now. You do have to catch him, because his aerial drift is insane, and Warped as always exists, but you combo each other. Brawler sometimes falls too fast for him to combo, which is very, very good, and Wario, on the other hand, gets really destroyed by Brawler's combo game. So yeah, as long as you get your kills on him through up tilts on platforms tech chases, which is very important against him, or down tilts and so on, you should have a decent time against him. If you don't get that and give him the time to set up more warps, then yeah, of course, as in every matchup, you're gonna have a problem. Wii Fit, I changed my mind from +2 to +1. I think I said +2 before, because people have gotten better at doing aggressive plays during deep breathing. Ledge camping or corner camping Wii Fits are gonna get destroyed by Brawler, because SAK exists, Shotput exists, and Nair exists, and their camping isn't good enough for that. But Wii Fits who are able to use deep breathing to combat Mii Brawler with F-tilt and Nair and smashes and whatever they want to do, they're going to do quite well. Not well enough, because Brawler's damage is stupid, but yeah, better. Wolf. Wolf for me is still -1. Yes, Wolf gets comboed, but also not too well. He has a frame 2 air dodge, which is kind of difficult to combo. It's not really hard to combo, but also definitely not easy. You drop it more often than you would like to, and you really don't want to drop combos against Wolf, because I do think he out-neutrals us. Because defensive Wolf. Not because he tries to go in with forward air or nair or anything, but because laser, because slingshot forward air, because his nair beats our nair. Those are the main reasons. And after that, at kill percents, that is the point where we struggle. If we get him to higher percents before, that is really, really important, because then we can still go in and use back air and use up smash and whatever without the risk of instantly dying. But if you're both at high percents, Brawler gonna have a hard time. Wolf back air kills, Wolf up tilt kills, Wolf F tilt kills, Wolf back throw kills, while Brawler has like up smash and back air. So if you get that kill before he does, then you can snowball really well. If you don't, it's going to be really, really difficult. And because Wolf should play defensive in this matchup, I see it as overall losing for Brawler. Yoshi. I have seen it as losing for a long time, and I still see it as difficult, but I have played against Yoshi quite a lot in the last few, I would say, weeks, month. And yeah, I think it's even overall. Yoshi does a lot of good stuff. One thing, for all the people who were saying, oh yeah, just throp out of shield everything it does. That should be so easy. Just auto shield everything. Next up, back air. That's the problem. You see this? not this frame, this here. This doesn't get hit. This is the problem. Yeah, this is why it misses. You cannot thrupper his back air out of shield. Then yeah, you're also not gonna hit for that. So yeah, as with every character, if you misspace it, then yeah, you're gonna get hit. But a good Yoshi isn't gonna misspace. You can't auto-shield stuff. His down B is still also a very good mix-up. But you can kind of contest them. You don't really do that much to each other, but your kills are fine. And yeah, it just feels even overall in terms of damage output and kill power. Young Link, the last of the Links. Young Link is annoying. I would say it is this level annoying. Because it feels a bit like Greninja, in a way. He dashes around a lot, he has the ground speed, he dashes back, and he uses a very good projectile, like Greninja Water Shuriken, Young Link Arrow, and the projectile combos. He also has more projectiles, another Boomerang, which is just as obnoxious as the other ones, and also another Nair, another back air, a better up B out of shield, so he just has more things compared to the other Links, especially backdash and arrow. Those are pretty much the main things that make the difference here. Zelda, yeah, +1. I wouldn't quite say +2, because her boxing game isn't that bad, and her neutral B is kind of okay in disadvantage, but also just, I mean, obviously kind of, you can read it and hard punish it, but it's also not that bad. You run over her with Nair, her Phantom is kind of okay, only if she sets it up under a platform, otherwise you just feint jump through it or over it, whatever, is absolutely free. If she has it under a platform, then you can't do that. Then you have to shield and then use Nair. Oh wow, what a struggle, but still not a struggle. Yeah, you just run over +1. ZSS, I'm gonna say even. Yes, it is difficult to catch ZSS, but why would you? You can try to chase her with uppers in the air, and yeah, you can do that. You're not gonna take a lot of risk for that, but why would you? You can dash attack once, get a one hit, and get. It's a bit like Sonic in the way of argumentation. Okay, these people camp you, but okay, you don't care. You will eventually hit them if they try to really hard time out camp you. You will hit them if that happens. And other than that, they don't pressure you out of camping. It's not like a Samus or something who you can't, or a Steve, who you can't let camp, because they will get something for it. It's not like a Joker who will harass you with guns and side B if you try to camp back. No, they will just stand there and jump around. Okay, at some point you will anti-air them, and at some point they will anti-air you. And you kind of box with them once you get in. You still have suplex out of shield, or suplex as a burst option against Nair. A lot of people can't punish ZSS Nair, but suplex you can do start out of range of her Nair, and then get the burst of movement speed after that to punish her Nair landing leg before she hits anything. So it depends on spacing a lot. You can do the same with BDK, but yeah, also with suplex or dash attack. Just general with punching. Yeah, so I don't see a reason why it should be in ZS's favor. Her kill power isn't that great, or not great enough. She has backer, okay, she has stun gun, uppy, berry. Those are all things you shouldn't really get hit by. Oh, yeah, and with that, we're already through. Where do I think the tier list Mii Brawler is? That is a more difficult question. I cannot tell that right now. I don't think he's top tier. He's most definitely high tier, somewhere on the border between high tier and top tier, but not top tier, and not top 10. Where exactly I will have to figure out in a different video. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Maybe you're gonna comment right now and say, what, you are so stupid, Mii Brawler's second best character in the game after King DDD. If you have any other questions or would like to argue about anything, I read every of my comments, so please let me know. And yeah, see you next time.